Hello and welcome back to the Revelations 2012 Let's Play. This time we're on the 7th level of the game, the Temple Entrance. And I failed to demonstrate this, but right at the beginning, if you somehow jump off the platform into the water, you don't actually die instantly, you just take 5 damage and then teleported right back where you jumped off from. Bit odd and a touch lacking in consistency, considering large falls in this game otherwise just kill you outright. And our travels through the apocalypse seem to have brought us to the remains of the Emerald City. Fantastic, maybe we can ask the wizard to transport us to a better game. So let's follow the beige brick road and hopefully we'll find a point of interest in this level. The ramps here just take you to more blurrily textured masonry, so I prefer to skip them to save time. While I'm here, I'm going to bring up the noises Corey makes when he picks up health items, just to have a listen. He sounds just so pleased to have eaten that heart, like it was full of radiant heavenly energy that rejuvenated his body from the inside out, as opposed to eating another human's organ, you crazy fuck. Inside that building is another example of Dark Arts' level fiddling via patches. There used to be an entire path that branched off to the right. This has since been completely removed with an update. There was a skull in there as well, but that's gone now as well, and do keep that piece of information in mind because it will become relevant later. And here we're approaching the first skull, but more keen-eyed viewers have probably noticed the guns that are on the floor over there. This is a rather embarrassing mistake of mine. That's the rocket gun, and I completely neglected to pick it up. I did not see it at the time of recording. But yeah, it's there, and you should pick it up, because who doesn't like launching rockets at people? So once again, a spiked gate blocks progress, and the solution for this one wasn't immediately obvious to me on a first playthrough, because the draw distance once again succeeds in hiding the switch. Switches do not seem to like popping in until you are very, very close to them. It's quite bizarre, actually. So once again we find ourselves in a rather generic-y cave environment that's bizarrely devoid of enemies. For some reason picking up that first skull didn't trigger a panic on it. It's one of the only skulls in the game that doesn't, strangely enough. And also there are ledges jutting out of the wall of the cave. I thought that those ledges might have led to an interesting secret or something if you could successfully platform your way among them. There is nothing to see. They do not go anywhere. They only lead to death because you can't get back down without killing yourself. Ah, brilliant enemies to shoot. It seems like the second skull actually spawned a few, despite the fact it didn't actually give me the player has disturbed the horde message. That left path is a complete dead end, by the way. Anyway, here we are, probably the most annoying trap in the entire game. The jumping puzzle. Now, jumping puzzles in a first-person perspective are already awkward enough. Considering it's this game, it's extremely awkward and just doesn't feel right, because some of the surfaces don't look like you could jump on them, but you can. And you'll often have to crouch jump in order to make some of the jumps work. So it assumes knowledge of a mechanic that is essentially an engine glitch. Even with crouch jumping, some of those jumps are just tight as hell to make, and one mistake will send you plummeting into the fire pit, which from that height will kill you instantly. But we seem to have successfully traversed the trap just fine, and on the other side we gain a checkpoint, which is a rare act of mercy on the developer's part, and some red ammo. Yeah, this is one of those indicators that I've forgotten a weapon. Oh yes, and that sort of small room we're right next to, it's actually a survivor respawn closet. You can respawn in this game if you die, just like you can in Left 4 Dead. A certain time period after your death, you will respawn in one of the closets, and all someone has to do is open them in order to get you back into the game. Right, it seems Kelly has gone down. How has she done that exactly? Let's review the footage somewhat, shall we? So yes, this is what the AI was busy doing while I was solving the jumping puzzle. They don't actually make any attempt to cross the jumping puzzle on their own. They're self-aware, they know they're not very good at that sort of thing, so they leave it out. I'm quite appreciative of that, actually. But once you're done solving the jumping puzzle, the bots will summarily teleport over, but Kelly for some reason didn't adopt that line of thinking and instead ran straight through the fire, which is a strategy you yourself can employ if you're a speedrunning type for some reason. Jumping puzzles are just too slow for you. But for some reason at the end, the AI's pathfinding kind of broke a bit. She couldn't get up the ramp, and I don't know why. You can just run straight up it. It's not like a steep incline that blocks your progress like in other video games that don't understand how real life works. And she got besieged by enemies, and yeah, that's how she went down. I hope you enjoyed BotCam. It's something you might be seeing more of if the AI continues to pull extremely stupid crap like this. So yes, back to the main chunk of the gameplay. Destroy the crystal is our clue for this puzzle, and as you can see there are pots falling down from the waterfall over there. These pots when shot, provided I can actually, hit one of them, will... I'm being harassed by enemies now. Go away. Where did you even come from? There were no enemies here a while ago, and the bots should have killed any that came through because they haven't come up yet because they're dealing with the stupid downed bot situation. But anyway, the pots, when shot, and when shot properly, I still can't fucking hit one of them. Come on, man, you are an incompetent fool. They explode. Alright, yeah, I got it that time. They explode. And the idea is to shoot the pots when they approach the crystals. You can, interestingly enough, break the crystals with your gun, just by shooting the crystals enough. But that doesn't actually trip the event flag necessary for the gate to open that will lead you to the next area. It just doesn't do anything. Anyway, being stuck down here is rather annoying. The waterfall continually pushes you backwards, so it's a little hard to get a clean shot at the crystals. And there's a shotgun down here. I believe it was on the bridge, but it collapsed. I don't know under what conditions the bridge collapses. I used to think it was because the explosives would ram into the bridge, but it seems to not be the case. Anyway, teleport is our clue here. The teleporter isn't actually here yet. It's giving us the hint before it's actually spawned a teleport, because we've not yet solved the puzzle with the explosive pots. And these are a real pain in the ass to hit. The hit detection on them is just wonky as all fuck. They're moving objects in the source engine that works about as well as you'd expect it to. You see, if I'd remembered to pick up the rocket gun, this would be infinitely less frustrating, because I could just fire a rocket and any parts that get caught in the blast will explode, and it would work quite well. Maybe you can even blow up the crystals with the rocket itself. That might work. They both deal the same kind of explosive damage, after all. And yes, the pots don't seem to really be going for that middle crystal. One has to kind of go around the snake statue to even get close to the crystal. And now we've managed it, and a Juggernaut portrait has appeared up in the top right there, with almost double the health of the last one we saw. What a pain in the ass. Anyway, that teleporter there. The bots once again don't go through it. They instead try to get to you, struggle for a bit, and then teleport to you. Sometimes they will fail to teleport to you, and you will have no companions for this upcoming fight. Bit of a pain. And yes, once again, red ammo. I still don't have the rocket gun. Anyway, this Juggernaut fight is the same as it ever was, and the bots are employing the rocket gun here because they didn't forget to pick it up, but they didn't bother to tell me where one was. Spiteful bots are out to get me, I swear. Yes, that stun attack is proving to be just as annoying as ever for the bots. They can't really seem to deal with it too well. In fact, they just cheated and teleported to me outright in the middle of the fight. Cheeky motherfuckers. And here I'm snatching up all the health, so the bots can't heal as revenge for them not telling me where the bloody rocket gun was. But with that Juggernaut killed, the pathway to the end of the level is open. But wait, the end of the level, I hear you ask. We've only collected 2 out of 3 skulls. Well, the 3rd skull was removed from the level at some point during the patching process, but the counter on the screen wasn't actually changed to reflect this. To the best of my knowledge, this is also the only level that will actually let you exit without having collected all the skulls that are indicated on the screen. So we'll end this level in a unique way. I'll see you next time.
Awesomplicity!